Gold price is taking off, now over $3,100 an ounce. We're going to talk about why this is happening and how high gold could go this year. Let's get into it. Buy your gold and silver online from SD Bullion. New customers get gold or silver at spot by visiting sdbullion.com/new. Thank you so much for watching. I do sincerely appreciate it. Here we are looking at gold sitting at $31.23 an ounce. It's up over $30, also over a 1% gain on the day. So gold is absolutely crushing it right now. Silver, not so much. Silver is actually down at the moment. It's sitting at $33.97. So once again, below $34 an ounce. It's gone down 28 cents today. So this is going to widen the gold-silver ratio. With gold going up and silver going down, I'm expecting it to be certainly in the 90s. Look at this, almost 92 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold at spot price. So a very high gold-silver ratio. In fact, I think this is a 1-year high. Yeah, the previous was just at about 92. So we're nearing that 1-year high for the gold-silver ratio. But look, silver moving down is actually a good thing if you're wanting to buy silver today. I did a poll yesterday and asked all of you, are you planning on buying silver this Monday, March 31st, buy silver day? 56% of you said no, 24% said yes, 20% said maybe. So looks like sort of a mixed response there, but hey, if you want to buy silver today, if you want to celebrate silver, knock yourself out. If it's not in your plan or if you don't have the money to do so, then don't buy today. Always make sure that you're doing what's best for you, your family, and your situation. Let's take a look at some of the comments on this poll. We've got one here. Every day is buy silver day. Okay, I like that. Another one, bought my first ever silver round this week, the start of a lifelong collection. Congratulations, my friend. And one more here. Many places are running a spot deal on Monday, so as long as spot isn't crazy, I want to take advantage of those deals. Yeah, spot deals are great. If you can find them and you want to buy silver, then that's definitely a plus. Let's go back to gold. Here we are looking at the 1-year chart, and I just want to point out, if you go back a year, gold was sitting at about $2,200 an ounce. So that means gold is up nearly $900 in just 1 year. My goodness. Now, why is gold moving up today? Well, a lot of articles are saying it's because of the tariffs that are going to be starting in just a couple of days. In fact, Trump spoke on this last week. Here's what he had to say.
This is the beginning of Liberation Day in America. And what we're going to be doing is a 25% tariff on all cars that are not made in the United States. If they're made in the United States, there's absolutely no tariff.
So we have the reciprocal tariffs. Those are supposed to start on April 2nd. And then we also have the automobile tariffs going into effect on April 3rd. So lots of new tariffs this week. Not to mention, around the world, we have that geopolitical uncertainty. So this is kind of a recipe for pushing gold higher and higher. Believe it or not, gold is set to log its biggest quarterly rise since September 1986 and has already posted 19 all-time highs in 2025, among which 7 are above the unprecedented $3,000 mark. Also, prices are up 18% this year after surging 27% last year in 2024. So all of 2024, gold goes up 27%, and just in the first quarter of 2025, we've seen gold go up 18%. This is why we're seeing these big banks shift the goalposts and increase their gold price predictions for this year. Here's an article the Scottsdale Mint put out just a few days ago. They say gold unshackled. Major banks race to raise price targets. Bank of America says gold at $3,500 an ounce. We believe gold could rally to $3,500 if investment demand increases by 10%. So we make this our new price forecast. Goldman Sachs says we raise our end 2025 forecast to $3,300 an ounce versus $3,100, and our forecast range to $3,250 to $3,520. In extreme tail scenarios, gold could possibly trade above $4,200 an ounce by end 2025 and exceed $4,500 an ounce within the next 12 months. That is actually insane. Goldman Sachs putting out that number, $4,500. We could see it in the next 12 months. Obviously, that would be next year in 2026, but still, that is an unbelievable prediction. And then we have Scottsdale Mint. They say gold is now unshackled. Once a proxy for the dollar and interest rates, the metal is free to find a price that reflects actual global demand. Our own price targets were revealed March 14th, where we offered $3,600 to $4,285 as price targets. So it looks like the big banks and some of the big mints are predicting that gold could continue to soar. Then we've got this chart here showing that both gold and silver have been outperforming stocks since January 2024. So gold is obviously the big winner so far this year, but usually gold leads and silver follows. So we still could see silver have an amazing year and actually do better than gold. And the last thing they say right here is these reports, in combination with the massive gold repatriation and escalation of tariff risks, make it increasingly likely the slow advance in gold prices over the last 2 years may accelerate as the global divisions become more permanent. The next signpost will be July 1st, when Basel III begins to roll out in the US. So yeah, we obviously could see another massive jump up on July 1st. So I would say the training wheels are now off for gold, and here is another chart just once again showing gold having its best price quarter since 1986. You can see in red here in 86, just over 20% gain for one quarter, and then the current quarter, we're going to end it below 20%, but still a very good 3 months for gold. We'd have to go over 50% to break the all-time high best quarter for gold. That would be an insane move. I don't know that that's going to happen in the next few years, but who knows? Anything is possible. If we take a quick look at the Fear and Greed Index, this is for the stock market, you could see we are still in extreme fear territory. Compared to 1 year ago, we were in greed territory. So as far as the markets are concerned, now might be a pretty good time to have your money in gold. We'll see what happens later on this week with all of these potential tariffs. They could still continue to push gold higher. And then actually rounding out the week, we are going to be hearing once again from Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. So we'll see what he has to say and if that has a big effect on gold price as well. That is your silver and gold news update. Let me know down below in the comment section, do you think we could possibly see gold hit $4,500 in the next 12 months? If it does, you might be wishing you had bought some when it was only $3,100. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Silver Dragons out.